This product was produced by Video Action and supported by grant number 15POVC-22-GK-03572-NONF. Awarded by the Office for Victims of Crime, Office of Justice Programs, U.S. Department of Justice. The opinions, findings, and conclusions or recommendations expressed in this product are those of the contributors and do not necessarily represent the official position or policies of the U.S. Department of Justice. Text appears, Victim Advocacy Corps. The following video is of a Victims Advocacy Corps town hall that took place at the University of New Mexico. The attendees were a racially diverse crowd of mostly women. Outside the lecture room, the hall is lined with tables of women representing various advocacy groups including VINE and CVRC. People greet, hug, and talk across tables of brochures, pens, and lollipops.
Thank you so much for being here as we launch our groundbreaking new program, the Victim Advocacy Corps.
Inside the well-lit lecture hall, several rows of black chairs face a gray stage with 3 angular red-cushioned chairs and a lightwood podium on the left. Above the stage is a large projection screen. At the left side of the podium, Claire Ponder-Selib, Executive Director of NOVA, speaks at a podium. She is a thin white woman in a dark gray blazer with tortoiseshell glasses and wavy brown hair pulled back in a short ponytail. A light-skinned woman at the right end of the stage interprets in ASL.
I want to start by thanking the University of New Mexico and the Women's Resource Center for graciously hosting us today. We have an opportunity here to build upon our nation's long tradition of national service, to develop a program that is truly youth-led and that uplifts the voices of all survivors of crime.
Kaylin Ahn, sexual assault and domestic violence survivor and advocate, sits on a red couch at the center of the stage holding a microphone. She is light-skinned Asian with shiny wavy dark brown hair to her neck and wears a gray blazer.
You know, when I was sexually assaulted, I remember calling my legal advocate and saying, I don't even know if I want to report because I don't know if I trust the legal system at all.
Kaylin sits with a couple other people under projected text. What perspectives do you think young people bring to victim advocacy that may have previously been absent? Next, Christina Rose, Director of the Office for Victims of Crime, speaks at the podium. She is a white, middle-aged woman with feathered blonde hair to her shoulders. She wears a muted brown blazer.
NOVA is embarking on a project that will harness the enthusiasm, the passion, the creativity of each one of the students that is selected for this program.
Abriana Morales, survivor, advocate, and program manager of Victim Advocacy Corps, stands at the podium. She is a white Latina with wavy brown hair to her neck with long parted bangs, wearing a black turtleneck.
As a student, survivor, and advocate myself, I am truly honored and excited to serve as the program manager for this new initiative, to uplift and celebrate the voices of marginalized youth in victim advocacy by providing student fellows with training, mentorship, and a paid field placement in a local victim service organization.
Next, audience members nod as Christina speaks, gesturing along with her words.
It has the potential to bring meaningful change to individuals and to their communities, the ones that are impacted by crime, but it's also going to be contributing to building the capacity of the victim services field.
Brandon Wolf, Pulse nightclub survivor and advocate, sits on stage next to Kaylin and Abriana holding a mic. He's a brown, clean-shaven man with short black curly hair faded at the sides and wearing a white polo shirt.
When I think about what allowed me to access the resources I needed in the wake of Pulse, it was the fact that sitting across the table from me was a young queer person of color who, when he told me he felt for me, I knew he felt for me. He was part of my community.
I started working in victim advocacy when I was 15 after I was sexually assaulted, and I would not have been doing this work for the past 6 years if I didn't believe that a change could happen.
This generation, millennial, Gen Z, and younger, they're the most diverse generations we've seen in this country. And so I think we have a real opportunity to tap into that, to really tap into how proud they are to hold multiple intersectional identities at one time, how proud they are to live outside the bounds of what people have traditionally told them they're supposed to be.
People come from all of these diverse experiences that shape their understanding of these institutions like the police. And We need to find alternative paths for those victims and understanding, sexual violence, domestic violence affects people of color, poor people of color the most. And if we're not centering their experiences, then what are we doing?
This is what the future of victim advocacy looks like. Right here on stage, survivors who are young, who have powerful lived experiences, and simply having them in that space as leaders invites new people to the process.
The 5 speakers posed shoulder to shoulder on stage.
And my hope is that this is just the beginning. And I do want to thank our young advocate leaders for giving us a glimpse of what the future of victim advocacy looks like.
Next, a dozen singers take the stage in various classy suits and dresses of black and shades of purple. Fade to black and acknowledgements. Nova is grateful to the youth survivor advocates and collaborators on this project. Kaylin Ahn, Rosalie Fish, Cheyenne Tyler Jacobs, D'Angelo McDade, Abriana Morales, Brandon Wolf, Rainbow Research, Ani Nakota College, Coahoma Community College, Gallaudet University, Regis University, the University of New Mexico, the University of Texas, El Paso. Special thanks to Something Major a Cappella, University of New Mexico. A smiling group photo of the Victim Advocacy Corps staff in matching gray Advocacy in Action t-shirts. The round logo for the Victim Advocacy Corps, established 2024. The white text in a blue ring surrounds a gold circle with a thin, 6-pointed white star. Audio description by the Social Audio Description Collective, written by Kensuke Nakamura, narrated by Nefertiti Matos Olivares.